For the smooth flow of our program and to minimize technical problems, kindly pay attention to the following. First, you are encouraged to turn on your video at all times. Second, we shall observe one mic rule. Kindly mute your microphone unless the facilitator acknowledges you and asks you to share your thoughts. You may jot down important notes and reminders while the orientation is ongoing. For easy identification, may we request you to change your displayed name following this format. Grade level of your child, dash your name. For example, grade 11, dash Juan de la Cruz. For parents who have 2 or more children studying at SNJA, please feel free to choose among your children based on the grade level that you wish to appear on your displayed name and on the concurrent session that you wish to join in. Please refrain from taking screenshots or any form of recording of the orientation. For your data protection, please do not share your email and password to anyone. Also, do not share the link, our meeting ID, or password of the Zoom meeting to anyone not included in the orientation. Lastly, if you have any questions or clarifications, you may send them to SNJA chat box or share them during the breakout sessions with the class advisor later. A grace-filled afternoon, our dear parents, administrators, fellow faculty members, and staffs of San Jose Academy. I am Mrs. Cassandra S. Batoon, your host for today. Welcome to our virtual Parents Orientation for school year 2022-2023. Let us ask for the Lord's guidance for the success of this orientation and the school year. Together, let us all put ourselves in the loving presence of God and praise His holy name. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Most loving Father, model of parenthood, teach us to become good parents. Teach us what we should teach our children and what we should withhold from them. Help us to listen to them with patience and to answer their questions with kindness. Show us when we should reprove them and when we should praise them. Give us the imagination to enter into their world in order to understand and guide them. Teach us to always love our children, even if we sometimes do not understand them. Grant us all the virtues we need to lead them by word and example in the path of righteousness. And most of all, give us the love we need to nurse their light. This we ask through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Joseph, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. And amen. May we request everyone to stand as we sing the Philippine National Anthem.
Hosenians, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sa simula, sa langit mo, may dinatang
this point, you may now be seated. At this point, let us watch the opening billboard of the different students' activities last school year. In behalf of the San Jose Academy community, it is an honor to have of course, we are grateful for your presence, our dear parents. Thank you very much for being with us today despite of your busy schedule. And as part of our collaborative efforts to cater to the needs of your children, let us listen and be enlightened on what the Academy has to offer. With this, allow me to give you the specific objectives of this Parents Orientation. Familiarize the parents with the school's vision and mission, give updates on the new academic program, High Flex 1, acquaint our parents with the hybrid setup of different student services, namely CCF, Health, Guidance Office, Library, and Student Activity Program. Inform the parents of the school's health protocols. Introduce the new school's learning management system and establish wholesome home-school relationship. And now, let us listen to our passionate, hardworking, and dedicated school principal, Mr. Rafael Patrick M. Peco, for his welcome message, discussion of school's vision and mission, introduction of our school personnel, and updates on the new academic program, High Flex 1.
Thank you very much, Ms. Cass. Isang maulan, mabiyayang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Mga minamahal po naming magulang mula sa senior high school. We know that most of you are new parents to our community. But before I continue and before I start, I wish to reiterate the reminders given by Ms. Cass, our program host. Should you have any questions, kung meron po tayong katanungan about the presentations for today, kindly type them in the chat box and address it to SNJA chat box so that we can collate and answer them after this orientation. We shall be sharing the questions and the answers with you through a frequently asked question or through an FAQ document that we will upload on the school website, social media accounts, and in the EdTech platforms of our students. Please also know that we are recording this activity and we will make the video available on the same sites just in case you wish to review and get back again to the things that we will be discussing this afternoon. Dear parents, the orientation session that we are going to hold this afternoon are venues for us to share with you the school's thrust for the year. And so on this note, we wish to greet each of you, our beloved parents and students, greetings from San Jose Academy. To our new parents and students, thank you for choosing San Jose Academy. To all, welcome to a new school year. At this point, I will now ask you to watch attentively to our pre-recorded orientation session, which will contain discussion on the school's vision and mission statements, our school personnel, and the most important things that you may need to know about our HiFlex One learning program. Let us watch this. Turn to in-person school or what we call as face-to-face schooling. In fact, for the public school system, they already started several months ago. But they also share that among private schools, only about 7% have participated in their pilot implementation of in-person education during the last school year. And we are very proud to tell you that San Jose Academy was part of that 7% when we piloted our hybrid flexible or high flex classes before school year 2021-2022 ended. And now we are ready to launch our HiFlex One learning program for all of our students when the new school year starts next week. Next week na po ang ating pong simula at pagbubukas ng classes. That will be on August 1. Also, we are very happy to note that among the students who have enrolled for this school year, meron na po tayong 84% who have signed up as roomies. That means na pinili po nila na papasok po sila sa school for face-to-face or in-person classes. We wish that you have accessed your online accounts, yung account po na ginamit niyo for enrollment, in order for you to view the sectioning of your children, kung sino ang kanilang class advisors, and other important details, especially the cluster numbers for the alternate reporting to school. Today, we also want to affirm that we are in a very positive situation. For more than 4 months, we have already been on alert level 1 status as announced by the IATF. If we think about vaccination, which is really the game changer, I can reaffirm to you that all of our faculty and staff reporting here in school are vaccinated, and their second booster shots will be in process. We have been reporting to school full-time for the last several months to prepare for this new school year. And at present, we are still collating the data kung ilan po sa mga estudyante natin nag-enroll ngayon ang bakunado na. As you know, we were in a different situation last 2 school years. Kung kayo man po ay bago in your previous school, I'm sure
Once again, good afternoon, dear parents. May we request our dear parents for easy identification. May we request you to please change your displayed name following this format. Grade level of your child, dash your name. For example, grade 11-1 De La Cruz. For parents who have 2 or more children studying at SMJA.
And our most basic safeguard is still
Alright.
wearing the face mask, palaging paghuhugas ng kamay, and ensuring good ventilation in indoor spaces. Aside from the health protocols that we will continue to observe, we also have strengthened and institutionalized even further our school health protocols. Even if the IATF no longer requires daily declaration of health status, tayo po sa San Jose Academy will still have the health declaration forms for all personnel and for all students na pumapasok. Baka po yung iba sa inyo sabihin, there's no need for that anymore. Well, we just want to be very careful, especially during the first few months. Our practice can change later in the year, but for now, we would like all of you to take a moment of mindfulness every evening. Kapag po kayo ay mag-fill out na ng health declaration form ng inyong mga anak na papasok kinabukasan, just to make sure that your children are not exhibiting any symptoms. If they are exhibiting any symptoms, then that means that they should not report to school. They could attend online classes. It's nothing to panic about. It's just that we need to pay attention every single day to the health situation of your children. Before the pandemic, tayo po nakakatanggap tayo ng mga estudyante na pumapasok na may sakit na. We always had cases of students reporting to school even if they had symptoms already of the flu or some other condition. Ngayon po, sa panahon ng pandemic, we cannot risk that during this situation when we are transitioning to a return to in-person schooling. And so, we ask for everybody's patience. We are all in transition. We are all working very hard to to start our school system again in-person schooling, so that we are comfortable to know that when your students come to school, they will be safe. But it will require a lot of things. We will spend a lot of time on routines, on getting used to school life again, kasi 2 taon po silang nasa bahay lang. So we have to reorient them on how to go back to school, but differently this time. We have to spend time to reorient them what the classroom situation is, how to behave, and how to carry out various activities. Para po sa taon na ito, we have acquired the service of a new school nurse who is also trained in handling epidemics such as COVID-19. And the health services team will be discussing to you the very important health protocols that we need to follow. And that will be done later in this session. Dear parents and students, the first few weeks of school will be vital. So we need patience all around from the students, from you parents, and from everybody in the school community so that we can start this new school year with a strong footing. Having said that, we also recognize that we live in a particular historical moment in our nation's history. Therefore, we cannot be concerned only about the practical aspects of returning to in-person. I know that alone is a lot of work, but education is, after all, the formation of the whole person. And therefore, there is also a thrust that we want to pursue for our Josenians. Noong nakalipas pong school year, dear parents, for both old parents and our new parents and students, the entire school community underwent a deep reflection and reviewed our school's vision and mission statements. Ang vision mission statements po ang atin pong declaration ng purpose kung bakit po nag-exist ang San Jose Academy. Ito rin po ang declaration natin ng ating direksyon kung saan tayo patungo for the next 10 years and beyond. And during this process, we have asked you, our dear parents, we also requested the participation of our alumni and our students and personnel to accomplish survey forms, join focus group discussions, attend consultation meetings. And as a result, we have come up with a revised school vision mission statements. Dear parents, here now is our updated statement of direction and purpose, our new school vision and mission statements. Let us watch this video. As we await for that video, I could just proceed with my slides. So ipakilala po namin sa inyo, ano po ba yung tunguhin natin? Ano po ang direksyon natin sa San Jose Academy, especially now that we have revised this school's vision and mission.
San Jose Academy Vision and Mission Statements. Vision. Inspired by the virtues and zeal of Saint Joseph our patron, San Jose Academy envisions a Christ-centered community committed in producing responsible Christian achievers formed in the Catholic faith, who are globally competent, socially engaged, and environmentally sensitive. Mission. As a basic education school, San Jose Academy seeks to foster the holistic formation of each Josenian who will contribute to the development of the family and human society. As a Catholic school, San Jose Academy forms Christ living witnesses, actively participating in the salvific mission of the Church. As a Filipino school, San Jose Academy fosters a genuine love of country and a deep commitment to the culture of human life and care for creation towards nation building and development.
Dear parents, that's our vision and mission statements, the revised one. We ask you to please memorize and take this by heart, because this will be our guide in implementing all the programs and activities in school. I also would like to take some time in highlighting some phrases stated in the vision mission. Again, our vision statement says, inspired by the virtues and zeal of Saint Joseph our patron, San Jose Academy envisions a Christ-centered community committed in producing responsible Christian achievers formed in the Catholic faith who are globally competent, socially engaged, and environmentally sensitive. Gabay po natin si San Jose bilang patron po natin dito sa paaralan. At tayo po ay nabubuhay at dapat magtinginan. Hanapin natin po si Kristo sa bawat isa, sa mata, sa katauhan ng ating mga anak, ng ating po mga guro, ng bawat mga magulang, at lahat ng bumubuo ng ating school community. Para matiyak po natin na makabubuo po tayo ng mga uri ng mag-aaral na gusto po natin para sa ating mga anak. Gusto po natin na makabuo tayo ng mga mag-aaral na tinatawag po natin mga achievers sa buhay. Pero hindi lamang po mga achievers, tinasabi po natin mga responsible Christian achievers na binuo natin out of our Catholic educational system. Pinatunayan po ng mahigit 50 taon ng existence ng paaralang ito na tayo po ay nakapag-produce ng globally competent na mga alumni. Ganun din po ang nais natin sa inyong mga anak. Nais din po natin na sila ay mayroong kaalaman sa nangyayari sa kanilang kapaligiran at higit sa lahat, may pagmamahal sa kanilang kalikasan at sa mga bigay na yaman ng ating Panginoon. Narito naman po yung ating pong mga mission statement. The first mission statement, as a basic education school, San Jose Academy seeks to foster the holistic formation of each Josenian who will contribute to the development of the family and human society. Holistic formation. Holistic would mean we are going to target all aspects of development: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, social, and moral formation of your children. And I would like to focus on making our students understand how important it is to be honest as part of their moral and spiritual formation, to always continue learning and to pursue integrity in all areas of their life. For example, let's talk about academic integrity. In the last 2 years of online education, we saw that it's so easy to cheat if you want to cheat. But through our Flex Leap Lite, we have tried to communicate to you what's the importance of learning, of not to compete with others, not to aim for recognition. And therefore, we will do our best to maintain academic integrity in our systems, in our teaching, in our assessment. But in the end, ang inyo pong mga anak will have to play the bigger part. The students have to do their part, and you, our dear parents, need to support them and make sure that you are affirming the correct values. Ultimately, we want them to become independent and wise decision makers, equipped with the skills and competencies they may need to thrive in the world they will live in as adults. Gusto po natin na pag dumating yung panahon na tayo po ay mawawala sa mundo, payapa tayo, na naturuan po natin sila ng tamang kasanayan at pag-uugali o pagpapahalaga at values, attitude na dadalhin po nila sa kanila pong pagtanda. We want them to be ready in elevating the qualities of their lives. Ultimately, kung ba't naman natin sila ini-investan sa pag-aaral, gusto natin na matulungan natin sila na matulungan ang kanilang sarili. Pero higit po doon, hindi lang po sa pag-elevate ng mga quality ng buhay po nila, ng kanilang mga mahal sa buhay ng kanilang mga pamilya, but ultimately, ng buong mundo, ng lahat ng tao sa lipunan. Our second mission statement says, as a Catholic school, San Jose Academy forms Christ living witnesses actively participating in the salvific mission of the church. Our challenge, as I've said, is that we could see Christ in each other. Lastly, as a Filipino school, San Jose Academy fosters a genuine love of country and a deep commitment to the culture of human life and care for creation towards nation building and development. By this, we mean that we promote engaged citizenship. We require sustained work to build a nation to achieve this. Caring for communities and creation. Ano pong ibig sabihin natin nun? We put a primary focus on finding God in all things. We experience God in all the realities of our daily life, and not only during the time that we are praying or when we are attending Mass in church. And what is happening in the world today precisely where we need to live out our faith. We want to aim for solidarity among peoples of different backgrounds. Mayaman ba siya o mahirap? Lalaki man siya o babae? Ano man ang kanyang lahi? Gusto natin na may pagpapahalaga ang bawat isa sa iba. We want to genuinely care for each other no matter what our differences are. And this is what we want our students to learn from us. We have been talking about the importance of taking good care of the environment. Minsan, binabaliwala na lang natin yung sinasabi nating pahalagahan ng likas na yaman. In the words of Pope Francis, in his encyclical Caring for Our Common Home, he has that encyclical, the Laudato Si. This has been discussed in classes sa inyong mga anak. But the question is, have we done enough? And the answer is no. This pandemic has produced so many plastic wastes which pollutes the oceans again. It's time for ecological conversion. And this concern cannot remain on the level of ideas. Hindi pwedeng alam lang natin siya by concept. lalo po na inyong mga anak. We have to change our lifestyles. And now is the moment to return to reaffirm our commitment to environmental protections. Dear parents, ito pong diniscuss namin sa inyong vision and mission statement may be new to you. But this is important to understand about Hosenian education. These vision mission statements have a primary place. Lahat po ng learning plan, lahat po ng classroom activity, lahat po ng programs, lahat ng outreach programs, they are always organized and designed by our vision and mission statements. Yun po yung lagi-lagi nating binabalikan. They are also affirmation of our core values that we promote in San Jose Academy. The core values of life, letter L, letter I, letter F, at letter E. L stands for love. I stands for integrity of creation. F stands for faith. And E stands for excellence. And as we have revised the school's vision mission statements, we also have defined the brand of graduates we want to have. And we call it the expected graduate attributes of Hosenians. Sa inyo pong screen nakikita po ninyo, meron po tayong 4 na katangian na gusto po nating makita sa bawat mag-aaral na aalis sa San Jose Academy. Ito pong expected graduate attributes na tinatawag natin, focus on the knowledge, skills, and traits that Hosenian graduates should acquire and demonstrate in their course of studies as evidence of accomplishing the school's vision and mission. Sinasabi po natin na ang inyong anak ay isang ideal Hosenian graduate kapag po sila ay mayroong 4 na katangian na ito bukod sa natutunan na nila o na-imbibe nila yung ating 4 core values of life. Una, dapat sila ay isang effective communicator. Dapat marunong silang makapag-communicate sa kahit anong uri ng tao at sa kahit anong pamamaraan. Maaari mang oral, written, at visual. Marunong silang makibagay sa iba't ibang tao. Sila rin po ay creative and critical thinker. Nag-iisip po sila. Sinusuri nilang mabuti lahat ng bagay na nakukonsume po nila at natututunan nila. Sinusuri nila kung ano ang totoo at ano ang mali. Ikatlo, sila po ay mga reflective lifelong learner. Ito po ay importanteng matamasa ng inyong mga anak. Kung sila po ay mayroong katangian na ito, hindi po natin pag-uusapan ng motivation for learning. Sila po ay mayroong sariling initiative at drive na matuto. Kasi interesado silang malaman at maging maalam sa lahat ng bagay. Sila rin po ay nagninilay. Iniisip nila na yung mga bagay na kanilang pinag-aaralan, hinahanap nila kung saan sa buhay nila magkakaroon ng saysay yung kanilang mga pinag-aaralan. And lastly and most importantly, sila po ay mga buhay na patotoo ni Kristo. Sila po ay tinatawag nating Christ Living Witness. Ito po yung gagamitin nating pamantayan sa pagsukat ng inyong mga anak habang sila po ay nag-aaral dito sa San Jose Academy. Of course, with me, in order for us to realize ito pong atin pong mga vision, mission statements, and goals para sa inyong mga anak, I am joined by the very able and dependable partners, ang atin pong mga administrators, teachers, personnel, and staff of San Jose Academy for school year 2022-2023. Let us get to know them in this short presentation. Let us watch this.
List of personnel. San Jose Academy Board of Trustees. Most Reverend Pablo Virgilio S. David Didi. Chairperson, Reverend Father Kennedy A. Neral. Vice Chairperson, Reverend Father Jeronimo Maria J. Cruz, Member. Reverend Father Rufino P. Yabut, Member. And Mr. Mark V. Hernandez, Member. San Jose Academy Executive Council, Reverend Father Jeronimo Maria J. Cruz, School Director. Mr. Rafael Patrick M. Pecjo, School Principal, Senior High School Coordinator, and Schools Research Officer. Mrs. Maria Lourdes B. Brioso, Center for Christian Formation Head. Mr. Christian C. De Leon, School Registrar. Dr. Isakani F. Gonzalez, Support Services Head. Ms. Jennifer M. Gresha, Academic Affairs Head. Mr. Joji B. Wanerio, Finance Office Head, Human Resource Officer, and Quality Assurance Officer. Ms. Lorraine T. Villafuerte, Student Affairs Head, and Ms. Lucia F. Andan, Faculty Mentor and Consultant. The Early Childhood Education Department, headed by Ms. Tracy S. Cruz as the Subject Area Coordinator, with Ms. Ravina P. Martin. The Araling Panlipunan Department, Mrs. Annie C. Velasco, Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Maria Paula V. Gloriane, Mr. Ralph Aldrin F. Graza, Ms. Jennifer M. Gresha, Mrs. Princess Clarice S. Luciano, and Mr. Ariel Adrian E. Sinique. The Christian Living Department, with Mrs. Maria Lourdes B. Brioso as the Subject Area Coordinator, Ms. Noel Paula B. Acosta, Mr. Ernest Patrick P. Gatchalian as the Campus Minister, Mr. Joji B. Wanerio, and Mrs. Teresita P. Nepomuceno as the Pastoral Minister. The English Department, Ms. Frances Erica D. Valencia, Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Christine O'Neill M. Abaygar, Mr. Winifredo C. Esquilio III, Ms. Shanna C. Mendoza, and Ms. Ann Nicole D. Tan. Filipino Department, Mr. Dilson C. Robles, Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Deether Janela de la Cruz, Ms. Claire Domingo, Ms. Jessel O. Oronos, and Mr. Rafael Patrick M. Pecjo. MAPE Department, Music Arts, PE and Health Department, Ms. Gemma C. Amante, Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Maria Carmela L. Dugang, Mr. John Pierce J. Pascual, and Mr. Kelvin O. Salmasan. The Mathematics Department, Mr. Eleazar B. Luciano, Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Azalea Asha P. Amar, Ms. Marisol C. Mabansag, Ms. Chelsea Ann M. Pura, and Ms. Glenn D. Taktaking. Science Department, Mrs. Rebecca D. De Ocampo as Subject Area Coordinator. Faculty members include Ms. Angela B. Ostero, Ms. Mariel C. Balayo, Ms. Clacy Ann M. Pura, Mr. Dave John P. Terona, and Ms. Lorraine T. Villafuerte. Technology and Livelihood Education Department, Mr. Alvin V. Torquator, Subject Area Coordinator. Teachers include Mrs. Celeste S. Caguring, Mrs. Jerelie B. Competente, Mr. Roniel V. Lacap, and Mr. Carlo Armando Malunes. The non-teaching personnel. Guidance Office, Mrs. Cassandra S. Batoon, High School Guidance Officer, Mrs. Florida Clarence G. Romantico, Grade School Guidance Officer and School Psychometrician, and Ms. Shai Karine T. Relata, Guidance Staff. School Library, Ms. Jocelyn A. Derpo, Grade School Librarian, Ms. Joanne M. Oledan, High School Librarian, and Mr. Dennis A. Laiz, Library Clerk. Health Services Office, Ms. Maria Sampaguita J. Pascual, School Nurse, Mr. Royland B. Santiago, Head Nurse. Dr. Maria Rosita R. Fraxidio, School Dentist. And Dr. Spica M. Acoba, School Physician. Mrs. Marife L. Fajota, Institutional Prefect of Students. Mr. Journey Joseph L. Cruz, Office Secretary. Accounting Office Personnel. Mr. Noel G. De La Cruz, Liaison Officer. Mr. Ezekiel P. Espino, Bookkeeper. Ms. Clarissa G. Perez, School Cashier. Mr. Regalado S. Tayag, Internal Auditor. And Ms. Anita Q. Castro, External Auditor. Support Services Office. Mr. Jera A. Salenga, MIS Officer. The Maintenance Staff. Ms. Mirna P. Dalapo. Mr. Gonzalo Protasio Jr. Ms. Rona R. Solis. Mr. Edwin Narag. And Mr. Jasper Ralph Aninao. The School Guards. Mr. Manuel T. Guban. Mr. Norberto L. Raya Jr. and Mr. Resty Basiwang.
Dear parents and students, again, they are the school personnel. We are your partners. We will accompany you as you and your children navigate through a new learning environment at this time of our hybrid flexible learning program. And now I'm down to my last discussion, which I think would be the most important. The HiFlex 1 learning program. Before the school year 2021-2022 ended, we have requested for your virtual presence as we present to you the hybrid flexible or HiFlex 1 learning program. Our program is a result of our research studies, consultations with you, parents and students, and a product of our collective reflection as a school community with consideration of the government's pronouncements and orders. So in this discussion, what I will only highlight are some of the important updates and frequently asked questions, and I hope to shed light on those questions that you have raised. First is on the delivery modes of teaching and learning. In this setup, our dear parents, I also acknowledge that we have parents who have not enrolled yet, but they are joining us this morning. So we welcome you po in this orientation. You are at the right time in joining us in this orientation. So our delivery modes of teaching and learning will be as follows. One, you can send your children as a roomie. Second, they could choose to be a Zoomie. And the third option is a self-paced participation path. Let me discuss them with you very quickly. What do we mean by a roomie? A roomie would mean that the students will participate in in-person class sessions in an actual classroom, yung tinatawag po nating face-to-face classes. So, pine-prefer po natin na lahat po ng roomies are fully vaccinated. Okay? They have submitted their parental consent, and just with the recent updates, the government now allows unvaccinated to also join in-person classes, provided that our unvaccinated roomies will have to sign a waiver with our clinic, with our school nurses. Ito pong implementation natin ng roomies, okay, will depend on the COVID alert status and the situation in the city. So kapag sinabi po ng government na wala mo ng face-to-face, wala mo na po tayong roomies. Okay? Next, kapag po pinili ng inyong anak ay Zoomie, that means that their participation path will be through online teleconferencing app. So a-attend po sila ng classes, okay, online. Habang ang mga estudyante ay nasa face-to-face classes, kasabay po silang uma-attend ng classes, pero online po sila. Okay? And the third option is what we call as the self-paced learner. Ito po ay bukas lamang sa mga senior high school students natin. So ito po yung mga students natin who will participate fully asynchronous. So sila po ay nanonood ng mga recorded classes at nag-access ng mga curriculum and materials online. Okay? I also wanted to take note of the following. One, upon enrollment, you were asked to declare which participation path will you choose for your children. Ito pong ating high flex classes, whether you are a roomie or a zoomie, will all be conducted in the morning. Yung synchronous classes po natin will be done in the morning, and in the afternoon will be their asynchronous activities. That is when they will accomplish all the assigned tasks for the day. Kasama po iyon sa class time nila. Hindi po porket wala sila sa classroom ay hindi po sila mag-accomplish ng kanilang asynchronous activities. Okay? The beauty of this high flex learning setup that we have adopted is that it could record class meetings. And ating mga instructional materials will be available kung ang mga estudyante po cannot come to school in person, or even there is problem with their internet connection. One last thing is that during their asynchronous activity, as they do their seat works and homeworks, they could still communicate with their teachers for their engagement block sessions, or if they wish to seek assistance or ask questions. Ano po ang setup ng ating classes every day for all classes? So it will be divided into 3 parts palagi. So as you know, we have on your screen, we have allotted the time, the duration for each of this part. For all our classes, it will all begin with a check-in. So ito po yung parang temperature check, literally and figuratively. Okay, dito ginagawa yung attendance check, nag-opening prayer. This is where the teachers do the motivational activity to introduce the lesson for today. It will be followed by a mini lesson. So this is where the teachers will discuss the lesson. They will also give formative assessment. This is where the summary of the lesson will be given. Values integration will be done, and reflection processing will also be done in this part. And before the synchronous classes ends in the morning, for each subject, they will all have to do a checkout. So this is where clarifications will be done or will be raised. Final reminders will be given by the teachers. And this is where the asynchronous activity will be explained in detail by the teachers. Okay? Next. So this is the class schedule that we're going to adopt for this school year. For our nursery students, pupils, they will have their classes from 11 to 1. Our kindergarten pupils will have their classes from 7:30 to 10:15 a.m. Meanwhile, our grades 1 to 6 will have the following schedule. They will be taking 2 subjects per day. Okay? 2 subjects per day. Subject 1 will start from 8 to 9:30. And subject 2 will start from 10 to 11:30. After which, they will go home for lunch, okay, mini rest, and then they will proceed and get back to studies as they accomplish their asynchronous activities. For subject 1, they will accomplish it from 1 to 2, and subject 2, it will be from 2 to 3. So this is where we say that even though they're at home, they could still connect with their teachers if they still wish to ask some questions. For grade 7 to 10, our synchronous classes will begin from 8 for first subject and end at 10. Then it will be followed by a recess. Subject 2, 10:30 to 12:30. 12:30, they will be dismissed, take their lunch, mini rest, and get back to a synchronous activity from 1:30 to 3:30. For grades 11 to 12, our senior high school students, they will be having their classes from 8:30 to 12:30, but there will be a break during the morning as well. Okay, and then from 1:30 to 3:30, they will be accomplishing their asynchronous activities and attend engagement block sessions if necessary. I have to take note though that there will be flag ceremonies every day. That will be from 7:30 to 8 a.m. Okay, but we will be giving flexibility for those who will be roomies for that week, because from Tuesday to Thursday they could come to school before 8 a.m. Okay, before 8 a.m. They will only be required to be here in school at 7:30 on Mondays and Fridays. Next, ito po yung schedule natin ng in-person classes for roomies, okay, for ECE. Okay, take note that we have stated that we will be dividing the classes into two. Okay, we will be dividing the classes into two depending on their class size. If the class size exceeds 25, we will be dividing them into two clusters. Kasi po hindi pwedeng lahat sila sabay-sabay na sa loob ng classroom. We have to limit the number of students in a classroom. So we will be dividing them into two clusters, and your class advisors will be discussing them to you a little later during your concurrent sessions kung saan po naka-assign yung inyong anak. Kung cluster 1 ba sila or cluster 2. So ito po yung cluster assignments natin for ECE. Kung ang inyong anak is assigned as cluster 1, that means that during week 1 and week 3, they will come here in school. Okay, I'm sorry. They will have to come to school every week from Monday to Tuesday. And then by week 1 and week 3 of Friday, yun po yung schedule nila ng in-person schooling. Kapag po sila ay naka-assign as cluster 2, every Wednesday and Thursday of the week sila papasok dito sa school. Tapos kapag Friday, week 2 and week 4 lang po ng Friday. Next, for grade school, kindly take note of this, dear parents as well. For grades 1 to 3, ang pasok po nila every day. Mondays to Thursday and first Friday of the month. Okay? Dahil they will have to attend our first Friday Novena Mass. Pag grades 4 to 6, ganun din po ang pasok nila every day kung sila po ay roomies. Okay? On the Friday of week 5, let's say, 5th panglimang Friday ng buwan, all roomies, panglimang 5th week Friday, all roomies will attend their classes online. Do not be confused, dear parents, because we will be giving you naman announcements weekly kung pang ilang linggo na po tayo para hindi po kayo nalilito. Okay? For our high school, grade 7 to 10, narito po ang cluster natin. Kapag ang inyong anak is naka-group sa cluster 1, that means that they will attend classes on the following weeks. Week 1, week 3, and week 5. So week 1, that will be August 1 to 5. Week 3, August 15 to 19. And then week 5, September 6 to 7. But on a Tuesday and Wednesday only. Kapag sila naman po ay naka-cluster 2, they will have to come to school ng week, sorry for that, we will correct that. It should be week 2 and week 4, and then week 5. So we apologize for this. We will be correcting this slide a little later. So you know na kapag sila po ay naka-assign as cluster 1, papasok sila sa school ng week 1, week 3, and week 5. So ibig sabihin, pagdating ng week 2 and week 4, sila po ay naka-online. And vice versa. Okay, so that will be our setup. Next, for grades 11 to 12, that will also be the same. Okay? But we will also make the necessary corrections. Now, let's proceed to your frequently asked questions. Okay? Let's focus on enrollment and choice of participation path. The first possible question would be, can I still enroll my child? Okay po, if you're attending the orientation and you have not yet enrolled, yes po. Ang atin pong late enrollment is until the end of August. Tumatanggap pa po tayo ng mga estudyante. But we encourage you to please do it early. Huwag nyo na pong patagalin kasi that would mean kapag po pinatagal po ninyo ang pag-enroll, that would mean that they will have to do a lot of make-up activities for all the things they will miss. Next question. What if my child is unvaccinated but I want to enroll him or her as a roomie? Dati po bawal po natin kasi wala pa pong ina-announce ang gobyerno. Ngayon po, unvaccinated learners may enroll as roomie provided that the parents give their consent by accomplishing the waiver available at the school clinic, and they will only be allowed under alert level 1 status. So kapag dating po pag tinaas po ang alert level at unvaccinated ang inyong mga anak, that would mean that automatically magzuzumi po siya. Okay? For learners who are not yet vaccinated due to comorbidities, kindly present a copy of your MedCert from your pedia or from your physician. Sir, paano po yung mga nursery classes? Sila na lang po yung naiiwan na full online. As of this moment, we are waiting for the announcement of the DSWD. Ang DSWD po kasi ang nagro-rule ng mga nursery classes po natin. Okay? Next. What if the number of roomies exceed the prescribed number of students in in-person classes per school? As what I have mentioned, we will be dividing them into clusters as what we have announced previously. At ito po ay i-communicate po sa inyo ng inyong mga class advisors via your GCs. And I hope that you are already members of your respective class messenger group chats. Let's now discuss some frequently asked questions on curriculum, assessment, and activities. 1. Ano pong curriculum ang i-implement natin this school year? As discussed and announced in the recent DepEd memo, the most essential learning competencies shall continue to apply for school year 2022-2023. But since we are San Jose Academy, a PAASCO accredited school, we do not just end and be happy with the MELCs. We always enrich our curriculum with our 6 milieux of learning framework, and of course, illumined by our Catholic faith and education. Second question will be, how will learning be assessed? Paano po i-grade ng inyong mga anak? Sa DepEd Order 34 Series of 2022 na nilabas po nila last week, sinasabi po nila na babalik na raw sa dati na 3. Written works, performance task, and quarterly assessment. But since we have established and formalized our school systems already for this school year, okay, we will still be adapting kung ano po yung ginawa at ginamit natin last year. We will still make use of the 2. Written works, at kasama po doon yung quarterly assessment, and of course, the performance task. In the best interest of time, we will not be discussing that in detail, but that will be available in the pathways, the parent-student handbook that your child have acquired. How will the summative assessments be conducted in the HiFlex 1 learning program? Okay, summative assessments are conducted twice per quarter. At ngayon po, lahat po ng ating summative assessments will be taken by the students in person. Balik na po tayo sa pen and paper examinations. Okay? Learners who are residing in the province or even abroad, or if the students cannot take the summative assessment in person because probably baka naka-quarantine sila, okay, may sakit siya. So that means that that student will have to take it online. They will follow the same schedule. They must log into Zoom, but the cameras are turned on while they are taking the assessment. Will there still be integrative performance tasks? Yes po. Integrative performance tasks are part of the authentic assessments for students wherein they can see the integration of the things they learned in the different subjects. So this is done po either solo, by pair, or by group. We want them to interact with each other, okay? Even virtually. A week per quarter will be dedicated for students para gawin po nila itong mga PETA po na ito. However, okay, as sa simula pa lang ng quarter ay binibigyan na kaagad sila ng idea or ng instruction kung ano yung kanilang performance task for the quarter. Will there be in-person co-curricular and extracurricular activities? Yes po. There will be limited in-person co-curricular and extracurricular activities following the health and safety protocols and depending on the following. One, it will depend on the learner's classification. Depende po sa alert level status at depende po lagi sa nature of our activity. So kung meron po silang mga pagkakataon na kailangan po nilang umattend sa isang in-person activity dito sa school, you have to provide us with your consent. Okay? Next. Will there be flag ceremonies katulad po ng nabanggit natin kanina? Yes po. There will be flag ceremonies inside the classroom every Mondays and Fridays just for this quarter. Ito po muna yung setup natin for this quarter. Okay? They will come to school at 8 a.m. Tuesdays to Thursdays in consideration of their travel time in going to school. Meanwhile, ang mga Zoomies po, sila po ay uma-attend ng classes via Zoom at 7:30. Next. Let's now discuss some frequently asked questions on routines and protocols. 1. Can roomies bring their gadgets, cell phones, and or laptops? In the previous orientation, we said that we are allowing them. We say that ngayon, we will still be allowing them only when the teachers ask them to bring their gadgets, which will be used for classes. And they will only be brought to school at their own risk. They will have to make use of their mobile data in order for them to access, let's say, internet or a platform that they will use in the classroom. As the in-person class is mostly focused in mini lesson, they will only use their gadgets for short activities. Asynchronous activities will be accomplished naman po sa bahay. Okay? At gagamitin lang po ito for educational purposes. Charging of devices in school or using it for any other purpose during school, pagkuha ng picture, pag-video ng mga kaklase without their permission, ay ipinagbabawal po yon under data privacy law. Next, what routine should be followed by a Zoomie? Kung inyong anak ay Zoomie, make sure that they are logged into Zoom during the entire period. Yung mga links po ay ibibigay sa inyo ng class advisors in the next coming days. At kung mapapansin po ninyo, isang Zoom link na lang po ang gagamitin natin for all subjects. Hindi na sila lalabas o hindi na po magpapalit-palit per subject. Routines on recitation, going to comfort room, asking questions, doing seat work, etc. will be discussed to all learners, lahat po during the orientation with class advisors on Wednesday. So kailangan po ay umattend ang lahat. As Zoomies, sa atin pong experience, no, ang klase po sa pagtuturo natin, si teacher nagtuturo na sa klase with students in person and online. So dalawa yung kanyang tinitignan habang nagtuturo siya. In our experience, Zoomies may have limited opportunities to ask questions during synchronous classes. Meron po namang mga time na kung saan sila po ay makakapag-raise naman ng questions or they could also participate talaga in the class discussions. But in cases that they feel that their participation was limited, students are encouraged to make use of their engagement block sessions in the afternoon. Okay? Where can they access the asynchronous activities? Okay, asynchronous activities shall be taken through the school's learning management system. These are accessible during the afternoon session as stated in the class schedule. So meron po tayong, kung meron tayong mga questions, clarifications, or kakailanganin po ninyo ng assistance, okay, you may contact your subject teacher through their assigned messenger groups. Are we going to be trained parents on navigating the learning management systems? Yes po, it is important for you to know how to use and navigate through your child's learning management systems. This is actually part of our orientation session today. So meron pong mag-orient sa inyo mamaya sa atin pong program. However, In the best interest of time, the school will provide you video tutorials so that you can also access them at your most convenient time. Will there still be high flex breaks? Yes po. There will be particular days per quarter allotted for this mental breaks. This is a break designed for the students and also for you parents to rest and have a more balanced home and school life. Another question is that on the use of the science, TLE, and computer laboratories, yes po, balik na po sila sa paggamit ng mga laboratories na ito following ating pong health protocols. For the Zoomies and self-paced learners, you will be asked to prepare improvised materials, lalo kapag may mga experimentations po kayong gagawin. Para po parehong competencies at skills ang matututunan po ninyo even in that setup. Are students required to wear their school uniform? Yes po. Okay? Starting school year 2022-2023, all students will wear their school uniform. Meron na po tayong assigned uniform per day. Okay? For students na ngayon po ay wala pa pong uniforms, they can wear color-coded shirts. Okay? At least for the first month. Within August, we'll give you time to prepare for the uniform. All students, kung wala pang uniform na ready, will wear their complete uniform starting September. So ano pong pwedeng isuot? Narito po. By Monday, pwede po silang magsuot ng any SNJA shirt, rubber shoes, maong pants. Tuesday, white shirt. Wednesday, yellow shirt. Thursday, green shirt. Ang pinaka-importante, suot-suot po nila palagi ang ID po nila. Okay? Ito pong uniform natin will also be followed kahit po sila ay naka-Zoom lang, ha? Kahit po sila ay umattend lamang ng online classes. Are the students required to attend engagement block sessions? Yung atin po mga sessions in the afternoon. Dear parents, we encourage you to make use of this time. Lalo na po kung anak ninyo ay nahihirapan pong maunawaan yung lesson sa umaga o sa tingin po ninyo ay may mga questions siya na even kayo po ay hindi masagot. Ito po ay ginawa natin for them. Okay? And these are conducted in the afternoon. Next. Let's now proceed. Frequently asked questions on access to various offices. I'm sure as they return to school, they would like to see the guidance officers. Okay? Pwede na po. Okay? Meron na rin po tayong mga scheduled counseling sessions for all of them. And they will be oriented by the guidance officers during their orientation sessions. Next, the library will also be accessible to all students, but roomies may visit the library to borrow books only during recess lang nila. Okay. For Zoomies and self-paced, they may schedule their visit, okay, to the library, and or they may also ask their parents or guardians to borrow books for them. Because our library can only accommodate 20 grade school and 20 high school learners at a time. So make sure that we will all be safe. Lastly, clinic will also be accessible to all. Ito po yung pinaka-importante ngayon na office. Okay? Because the clinic will be open from 7:30 to 4:30 p.m. to assist all learners in their needs. Sir, paano po ma-access ng aming anak yung services ng clinic kung kami po ay Zoomies and self-paced? Pwede po kayong mag-schedule ng online consultation. We can do that for you. Frequently asked questions on expectations to parents. Ito po yung, dear parents, yung some of your responsibilities. Will the teacher still use FB Messenger as the main means of communications to students and parents? Yes po. Okay, as most of the parents and students are accessible online, Facebook Messenger shall be the main means of communication. However, okay po, dear parents, we are asking you to please communicate with them. Let's do our exchange of communications within office hours and office days. However, the parents and students can also give their other contact information upon enrollment. Pinaka-importante po iyan because that will also be important in our contact tracing protocols just in case we will be needing it. Okay? Next. Can parents visit the school for parent-teacher conferences? Ang online communication between parents and guardians and the teachers we believe remains to be the primary choice for scheduled conferences. However, kung gusto po ninyo talaga ng in-person conferences, we could allow that. Okay? But please make sure to secure appointment. Whether online or in-person ng inyong conference with the teacher, please make sure to schedule an appointment. Next, what communication protocol should we follow? Okay, very important also when you communicate with us. When sending communication or message to school's Facebook account, email, or class advisors, please provide your complete information about your student. At least po magpakilala po kayo para alam po natin kung sino po ang concern ninyo. And please allow us for sufficient turnaround time. Okay, if your message was sent within or after office hours, please give us until the next day to read on your message. Okay? And pinaka-importante po sa lahat is that please let us be polite and be professional in dealing with each other. Okay? As you communicate with us, and this we promise you, we will always deal with you very politely and very professionally during office hours. In return, we request that you do the same with us, with our teachers, and with our staff. Next, can parents drop by the school to bring snacks for their children? We discourage you. Meron po kayong options. You can ask them to bring their baon already as they go to school, or they could purchase meals, hot meals from our canteen. Another important thing, part na rin po ng dadali nila in school will be water tumblers. Because the health office, later as they discuss, they will introduce what they call the water bell routine. There will be times wherein they will be asked simultaneously to drink water. Next, can parents stay outside the entrance gate in the morning to wait for their children? We discourage you po. Because that may also be a source of contamination. Okay? And that will also be for your protection. Dear parents, we are requesting you to please fetch your children on time. We have discussed with you and we will share with you kung anong oras ang dismissal nila. Okay? Because we don't want them to stay here in school beyond their morning schedule. They have to prepare for their afternoon schedule and activities at home. And we want them to be not to be too exposed in the crowd. Can we bring or fetch our students to and from school using our private vehicles? Meron po kayong e-bike, motor, kotse, whatever that is, yes. However, due to limited parking space in the patio, all parents and guardians shall drop their children at the gate. Okay, we cannot allow vehicles to stay longer than 5 minutes probably. Okay, all vehicles, ganito po, dear parents, all vehicles will enter using the M. Naval Church gate. Okay, once they drop your children, you will exit using the Los Martires Church gate. Okay, so that will be for ease of traffic. So yung entry and exit points for your students will be as follow. One, the ECE and junior high school students will enter and exit using the patio gate. Meanwhile, ang atin pong senior high school students will enter and exit the school using the court gate. Dito po yung gate near the covered court. Are identification cards required for all students? Yes po. Okay, you have to wear it. Even during the past school years, we are providing them with ID cards. Okay, for some of you who have not yet visited the school for ID photo taking, you may visit the school anytime po. Okay, next. How can my child continue studies when he or she shows symptoms? Let's say, gabi pa lang, kitaan nyo na sila may sipon, may lagnat, inuubo. Huwag nyo na pong pilitin na ipumasok sa school kinabukasan. Okay? If symptoms were exhibited upon entry naman po, they will be sent home. Pakontakin po kayo or meron pong form na pipirmahan sa pathways ng inyong anak that they were asked to go home. If symptoms appeared naman po during classes, nakapasok sila, wala naman silang symptoms. Pero nandito sa school, na let's say nasa simula na ng unang klase nila na nilagnat sila or inubo, sinipon, you will be contacted by our clinic personnel and you must fetch them immediately. They should observe required isolation days and they could still continue attending classes online as Zoom meets. Okay? Kaya importante po, dear parents, na inyong contact numbers. Importante po na meron po tayong closer communication and collaboration with each other. And yung other health protocols po will be discussed to you by our clinic personnel later. What will happen to Zoomies and Roomies by November 2, 2022? I know that this is a question of many. With the announcement of the new DepEd Secretary, the Vice President Duterte, Sara Duterte, she has announced that all students, may it be public or private school, will have to come to school 100% for in-person classes by November 2. Paano po yan sa atin? Okay? Meron po tayong mga estudyante na nasa abroad. Meron po tayong mga estudyante na nasa mga probinsya na nakatira. Okay. This is our statement. As of this time that we are talking, the Department of Education has not yet released implementing rules and guidelines on the full implementation of in-person classes for all schools. Meron po tayong prepared na contingency plan for that. Ang plan natin is that if we will be allowed to continue with the setup, we will allow our students abroad or residing in the provinces to still continue attending classes online, if they will permit that. Okay? But we will be informing you of updates if there will be. Okay? That will be a promise to you. Okay? Next. Where can I get other information, announcement, and updates about the school? Minsan napepeke rin po kayo ng mga mali-maling mga dates, information, protocols about the school. Okay? Minsan kami po nakakarating sa amin, sarado na enrollment, wherein bukas na bukas pang enrollment. So mga things like those. So we have also to be critical with the information that we consume online. So where can we get credible information about the school? Let's say announcement, updates. You may access any of the following. One, through pathways, yung atin pong parent-student handbook. You may also visit our school website or our Facebook account. You may communicate with your class advisors. And you may also check the students' learning management system, which are the Arrow links and Orange apps of your students. Lahat po ng information, anuman pong activities natin dito, we're always informing the school community. Next, what are we going to consider in transition to in-person classes? You know, there were some things that we did not need to worry about in the last 2 years of online learning that we now have to think about, like time considerations, travel time, time that you are stuck in traffic, waiting time in entrance and exit. We need to prepare our students to be patient. Okay? Hindi lang tayo magiging patient, they must also be patient because these were the things that they did not have to worry about in the past 2 school years. Kasi nasa bahay lang sila eh. And now we're getting back to in-person classes. Before, it used to take your children to jump up from the bed and do quick washing of the face and then prepare for class na. Minsan nga walang ligo, hilamos lang, pasok na sila. This time, it will take him more time to take a bath, travel to school. And all those will truly need the virtues of patience and responsibility because they will be the ones to do that. There may also be inconveniences, but these are required inconveniences. Before, they are not asked to accomplish the health declaration forms nightly. This time, in the interest of protecting the health and safety of the community, we are requiring everybody to do that. Okay? I just put this particular question, okay, to drive home the point that there are certain new routines that even we adults have to get used to and have to live with because it's already part of our new realities. Next, as a parent, how do we prepare our children for a high flex setup this school year? Okay, so dear parents, please assure your children of their teacher's support, approachability, and love. Okay? They are approachable. Always encourage them to seek the counsel of their teachers or always be in contact with their teachers in times of question or if there will be questions or in times of confusion. Let's help each other in developing a growth mindset in your children by emphasizing that it is all right to make mistakes and that what is important is that they are learning from these mistakes. Dear parents, let's also expect that children's learning of these new routines may not happen quickly. Given this, we should remain calm and consistent in enforcing these routines. And most importantly, let us stress the virtues of responsibility, cooperation, independence, and self-discipline among your children, whether schooling takes place at home when they are Zoomies or in school when they are roomies. And because we believe that these virtues have to be practiced faithfully and consistently. My dear parents, I hope that you find my presentation helpful and I hope that you find it reassuring to hear that the school within the confines of what it is possible, given our limited resources, does not impose a one-size-fits-all model. So, dear parents of our senior high school students, you just have witnessed the pre-recorded video orientation that we did this morning. Muli po, sana ay nakatulong po sa inyo at nagabayan po kayo ng mga importanteng bagay na tinalakay po natin sa video na iyon kanina doon sa atin pong pagsisimula ng bagong school year na ito. There is so much information that you will hear within this orientation session from the different resource speakers and also with the presentations that you will be witnessing. Ang request lang po namin sa inyo is that just to take a moment to absorb all of this, give it a little focus, and we want to be very prepared for the coming school year. Kung meron man pong bagay na hindi malinaw sa inyo, if there is something that makes you anxious or confuses you, we urge you to relax, work through it, and everything will fall into place. Everything po will be sorted out. Bahagi po ng mga pagsisimula po natin itong mga tinatawag nating birthing pains na ito. Do not worry too much. We will continue to help each other and try our best to think everything through, and together we will make it. We will be after a good start. Lahat po ng mga bagay na ginagawa natin ngayon is something that's new to all of us. And we are not just going back to the old normal. Hindi ho pwedeng kung ano yung ginagawa lang natin before the pandemic will be the same. Marami po ang kailangang baguhin. Marami pong adjustments ang kailangang gawin. Okay? While that is difficult or challenging for all of us, it is also very exciting because we are reimagining the face of San Jose Academy education for the future. Our dear parents, we will require your flexibility and understanding as we journey together in this school year. Sa akin pong paningin, the way I see it, there will be a lot of differentiation, a lot of decisions that has to be done on a case-to-case basis, which will depend on the government announcement from DepEd, depending on alert level status, on the number of cases in the community. Kung ano man pagbabago ang merong gagawin natin dito sa school, we will inform you of those updates regularly. But what we have shared with you will be something that is true at least for the first quarter of our school year. I pray that all of us will be guided by the Holy Spirit as we begin this very exciting school year. May we demonstrate respect, compassion, and generosity in our interactions with each other and as we navigate in these complex and difficult circumstances. Let us start the school year on a good footing and with good vibes. We thank you po in advance for your support and cooperation, even when the general situation may not be the most ideal for your circumstance. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you all and good day to all of you. Again, if you have any questions with regards to the presentation, we expect you to please send your questions to SNJA chat box using our chat box in the Zoom. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at Hail San Jose.
Hail San Jose, thank you very much, Sir Raf, for acquainting us with the different things that we have to learn about our High Flex 1. Under the High Flex 1, we at San Jose Academy shall do our best to provide our dear students the programs and activities that will develop and boost their overall well-being. Thus, our different student services shall be made available to address the developmental needs of our students. With this, let us have Ms. Lorraine T. Villafuerte, our Student Affairs Head, as she shares the different student services.
As San Jose Academy begins to transition into the High Flex 1 program, our drive to offer holistic formation and services to all Josenians still continues. Through the implementation of the different student services such as Catholic formation, guidance services, health services, library services, prefect of students, and student activities, the Academy's commitment to cater the needs of all students has been made possible. Center for Christian Formation. The office takes care of the Christian formation, personal renewal, and social commitment of every Josenian. It is composed of 3 offices: Christian Living, Campus Ministry, and Pastoral Ministry. The Christian Living Department provides a variety of programs focused on the essentials of the faith, connecting doctrine, morals, and prayer worship in an integrated, harmonious approach necessary for a holistic grasp of faith of Josenians. The Campus Ministry is fully committed to being a seedbed of Christian values and principles. It bears the integral formation for the personhood of each baptized Christian as a necessity to gain and be an instrument of God's saving love. Various programs and activities are being executed purely and immensely for the salvation of souls of its communities, like daily morning prayers, celebration of Holy Mass, retreats, recollections, and feast day celebrations, among others. The pastoral ministry focuses on the faith life integration on the personal and communal levels towards experiencing fullness of life through various community outreach programs like Basic Ecclesial Community, Unang Hakbang, Feeding Program in the Adopted Communities, Josenian Co-Love, and Community Pantry. Guidance Services. San Jose Academy's Guidance Office is committed to assist all Josenians in their holistic needs and overall well-being. The office continues to work closely with the school administrators, teachers, staff, and parents in order to provide more relevant and comprehensive services. In-person and online counseling, psychosocial support service will assist every Josenian in healing their psychological wounds and rebuilding social structures while or after experiencing crisis, emergency, or critical event. In-person and digital standards-based assessment is acquired to objectively evaluate student ability and achievement and assess their personality traits to further assist them in possessing socio-emotional traits that will facilitate their academic performance and personal growth. Career Guidance Developmental Service assists Hosenians in planning their future and career through giving information that would help them learn about the world of work and careers. These services intends to assist the learners in making appropriate decisions that will prepare them for their future endeavors. Homeroom and guidance periods are done regularly. Well-planned and thematic homeroom and guidance activities were conducted to strengthen the camaraderie among learners. Positive relationships are also established during these classes in order for the learners to develop trust that will help them seek social support if needed. For other information on their programs and services, Hosenians are required to join the Guidance Office official Facebook group. Health Services. The school clinic is manned by a pediatrician, a dentist, and nurses who are responsible for safeguarding the health of all Hosenian learners and personnel on campus. The clinic is located at the ground floor of St. Joseph Building and is open from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. As we transition to hybrid setup, the office plays a very important role in ensuring the safety of everyone. Their health services include in-person and online consultation, emergency and first aid management, clinic confinement upon nurse's recommendation for evaluation and ascertaining the severity of the illness, health monitoring and inspection, and isolation control. Library services. The Monsignor Jose Mirasol Learning Resource Center is HiFlex ready. In line to the Academy's response to the challenge of providing safe and quality learning experience, the Monsignor Jose Mirasol Learning Resource Center launched the Hybrid Library Program. This will provide students access to various resources from printed collection to electronic resources. In addition, both students' research and leisure needs shall be catered through its services such as library instruction and reference assistance. And to guarantee a wide array and meaningful reading opportunities possible, the library has subscribed to World Book Online. This is an online database that stores thousands of quality resources, allowing teachers and the students' learning to be more interactive and engaging. Monsignor Jose Mirasol Learning Resource Center provides different types of services, which encompasses all learners' needs under the HiFlex One. Reading physical books allows a sensory experience and connection between the reader and the material. Thus, for learners who prefer reading physical books, the library offers borrowing and returning of books from the library's collection through an appointment system. For Zoomies and self-paced learners, once the requests have been approved, parents or guardians shall get the books from the library and return it on or before its due date. For Roomies, learners are allowed to visit the library during their break times. Visit the library, borrow and return books provided that the number of students are within the school's allowed capacity. For students who are currently working on their research and academic papers, the school library provides assistance through MIRA or MJM LRC Information and Research Assistance. MIRA is a virtual reference assistance service designed to accommodate queries and assistance from students in relation to their assignments or research works. Other important announcements and updates shall be posted in the library's official Facebook page. Here, the librarians are open to accommodate students' queries and concerns through chat, email, and phone call during office hours. Prefect of Students. San Jose Academy believes that if it has to form students and train responsible leaders of tomorrow, it has to go beyond academic excellence and give emphasis to proper conduct and character development. To support this, the Prefect of Students commits in monitoring and instilling discipline within the school community. The POS is in close coordination with the subject teachers and advisors in the supervision of student behavior. Conferences with parents and students are conducted in person, via phone calls, or virtual conferences. Student activities. As we venture to a new learning setup under HiFlex 1, the Student Activity Program has streamlined different activities and programs for the holistic development of all Hosenians. This includes a variety of clubs and organizations where learners can choose from to develop and heighten their capabilities, skills, and discover new talents. New opportunities for Alternative Classroom Learning Experience or ACLE will be done to connect their learnings into meaningful experiences through social and community interactions. Leadership formations, seminars, and other co-curricular activities are provided to nurture the total well-being of Holosenians. Sports programs will also be reinstated to provide opportunities for the students to develop their skills in different sports. To be updated on the important information about school events, students are required to join the Student Activity official Facebook group. Inspired by the virtues and zeal of Saint Joseph, our patron, we will continue to provide these services to achieve our goal of providing quality Catholic education and to go the extra mile of developing Hosenian leaders who are inspired by love, integrity of creation, faith, and excellence. As we always say, Hail San Jose!
Thank you very much, Miss Lorraine. So as we move to hybrid setup, it is very important for us to ensure everyone's health and safety. With this, let's have our school nurses, Mr. Roylan B. Santiago and Mrs. Maria Sampaguita Pascual, to share with us the school's health protocols.
Good afternoon, dear parents, students, and colleagues. So this afternoon, we're going to give an orientation about our school health protocol, and this aims to inform each and everyone about the existing health protocols that will be implementing this coming school year, and to encourage everyone to strictly observe and abide with the protocols for us to be able to achieve our goal of having a safe and healthful environment, school environment. So, next slide. So, this is our pathways, the parent-student handbook, wherein you will see the medical dental forms, the records of the your child or children's clinic visits, and for those who have exhibiting different signs and symptoms, be it communicable or non-communicable, we're going to reflect that. And for those students who have been absent due to illnesses, it will also be reflected in your pathways, and they're going to submit a medical certificate, and the clinic will have a copy of it. So next slide po. So this is our health declaration form. It's going to be filled up daily. Katulad ng sinabi ng ating principal, si Mr. Pekho, that every day we're going to accomplish this. So the night before pumasok ang mga anak natin, dapat po na-accomplish na po natin to. And as much as possible, we're trying to ask your help, dear parents and students, na to please be honest in filling this form, because this is very important for us to be able to stop or cut the transmission of the diseases, any disease, any communicable diseases. And also for us to be able to address any impending illnesses that we have immediately by seeking early consultation. So next po slide. So this will be our step by step guide, no? So all the school personnel, learners, and visitors are required to strictly follow the school health protocol upon entering inside the school and upon leaving the school premises. So at the gate, upon entering the school, you're going to take your temperature and then write the temperature reading in your daily health declaration form. So sa daily health declaration form, bago kayo pumasok, lalagay nyo na doon, meron po ba kayo mga signs and symptoms na nararamdaman? Again, katulad na sinabi ni Mr. Principal kanina, na kapag meron na po tayo nararamdaman sintomas, do not attempt to go to the school kasi pauuwiin lang po kayo or we're going to uh, put doon po sa holding area natin for observation. And then, pagpapauwiin pa rin po ang mga estudyante kung mapatunayan na talagang meron pong simptomas na nararamdaman ng bata. So yung pong temperature, pagpasok po, meron po tayong temperature scanner, doon lang po natin ilalagay yung temperature natin. Hindi po yung temperature prior pumunta ng school or nung gabi. So, yun po yung real time natin. Okay, and for those individual na meron pong temperature na 37.5 degrees centigrade, katulad na sinabi ko, sa holding area muna po tayo and then uulitin po natin yon ng 2 beses. So, meron po tayong interval na 15 minutes. Kapag ka po mababa po sa 37.5 ang reading natin, they will be allowed to go inside the classroom but then imo-monitor din po namin ang bata. Okay po. So para dun po sa mga febrile or may sinat or may lagnat na, again, papauwiin po natin, pagpapahingahin, and kung tuloy pa rin po ang simptomas, ina-advise po namin na magpakonsulta na po tayo sa doktor natin. For symptomatic individuals, ano po ito? Ito po yung mga inuubo or may sipon, masakit ang lalamunan, malat, nahirapang huminga, and etc. Hindi na po talaga namin kayo papapasukin sa school. I-advise na po namin na umuwi na po and magpakonsulta na rin po. Next po. Okay. So, yun pong ating health declaration form kanina na ipinakita namin sa inyo, meron po tayong mga nakalagay na designated drop box doon po sa may gate, sa may guard. So dito po natin ilalagay yung ating mga declaration form, naka-separate na rin po per grade level para mas madali po namin siyang ma-review. Okay po. And then, pagkapasok po ng mga bata, meron po tayong sanitation area po doon. May available po tayo na alcohol. Andun din po ang ating hand washing area. So that before we start the class, we have to practice po yung ating hand washing technique para po masiguro natin po na malinis po ang mga kamay ng mga bata before they enter the class. Siyempre, kailangan po talaga natin sa panahon ngayon, sabi nga natin, kailangan lagi tayong malinis ang mga bagay na hinahawakan, especially ng mga bata. You have to assure na talagang sanitize po and clean para maiwasan po nila ang mga sakit and yung transmission po ng mga sakit. Next po. So we have the hand washing or hand sanitizer. So meron po tayong mga station distributed or located sa mga sa area dito within the school premises, required upon entry, before eating, after using the restroom, and is recommended throughout the day. So before eating and after eating po, ipa-practice din po natin na maghugas ng kamay ang mga bata. And learners should observe and follow the proper hand washing technique posted in the station. So meron po tayong mga nakapost doon yung proper hand washing technique po. Hindi lang po basta gumamit ng sabon, naghugas ang mga bata. We really have to teach them the proper way of hand washing para sure po tayo na kung ano man po ang mga viruses or bacteria na nahawakan ng mga bata, masiguro po natin na hindi sila at risk sa kung ano man po ang mga sakit na maidudulot nito sa kanila. Next po. So face covering. So ito po yung ating importante sa panahon ngayon na meron tayo pong face mask. So nakalagay po dito sa picture yung proper way of wearing our face mask. So magkakaroon po kami ng mga tinatawag naming mga police or mag-iikot-ikot. Kami po din dito, mag-iikot po para po i-observe ang mga bata and i-remind sila to use their mask properly, wear it properly, and as much as possible, kailangan po every morning na yung susuot nilang face mask is malinis. And we're requesting each and everyone to bring an extra mask kasi po minsan hindi naman natin sinasadya, mababahing tayo. And ibig sabihin po nun, yung loob ng ating face mask medyo soiled na. So we have to, wag nating tiisin na mamasa-masa na po yung loob ng ating face mask kasi pwede rin po doon may mag-harbor na bacteria or virus na hindi naman din maganda rin po. Minsan ang amoy, sabi nga nung iba, di ba? So, kailangan natin siyang palitan. So, eto rin po, dito sa slides na to, pinapakita natin how to dispose the face mask properly. Hindi lang po natin basta siya inalis at itinapon sa basurahan. So, we have to remove itong ating tawag dito string, and then ibibilot natin siya at ilalagay natin siya sa isang plastic before natin siya i-dispose sa basurahan po. Meron tayong designated na mga basurahan kung saan doon natin itatapon yung mga used or soiled face mask natin, and then after po that, kailangan maghugas po tayo ng ating kamay. Okay po, next po. So ventilation, to improve the air quality and overall ventilation, air purifier filtration system will be placed in all classrooms. Meron na po tayo nito lahat sa offices, laboratories, sa libraries, at saka sa chapel po. So partially open po ang windows and door natin to allow po yung air movement. No po, para ma-assure natin tayo na yung quality ng air natin hindi po concentrated ang air na binibreathe ng mga bata sa loob ng classroom. Next po. So for the school canteen, then again, sabi ko kanina, we're going to check the temperature during class, after, while within the school hours ng mga bata. Para po, kasi minsan hindi naman natin masabi na yung bata, pagpasok okay lang, tapos bigla meron dyan dahil malamig ang aircon or biglang giniginaw or biglang maglalagnat. So we have to check yung mga bata and then maidala na po natin dito sa clinic where we have our isolation area para po ma-minimize po natin yung transmission kung meron man pong yung condition ng bata is nakakahawa man or hindi man po, at least nandito po sa clinic, ma-monitor natin, and at the same time, ma-inform po ang parents na masundo nila kaagad ang ating mga estudyante. So learners were encouraged to wash hands with soap and water before and after eating at the designated hand washing stations. Meals will be served in the school canteen or alternate spaces with learners facing in one direction, 6 feet apart. So meron din po tayong al fresco dining dito po sa may garden, pwede rin po sila dyan. Pero ganun pa rin po, we have to observe yung ating physical distancing and facing in one direction lang po sila. And no one is allowed to talk while eating. Kasi po pag kumakain tayo, naka-mask off na po tayo. Sabi nga natin, ang transmission ng ating COVID is through droplet infection. So, kaya as much as possible, gusto natin na walang mag-uusap, kain lang po talaga, and no sharing of foods, drinks, or utensils. And no one is allowed to stay long inside the canteen. And then after we eat, magsusuot na po sila ng mask and then magha-hand wash po ulit. Next po. Next. Okay. We have a suggested clinic activities. So we're going to establish po yung ating school-based fever and flu-like illness surveillance. So ano po ba ito? Sabi nga natin, kapag ka po tayo inilalagnat, ibig sabihin po ang katawan natin ay nakikipaglaban na po sa isang bacteria or virus. So ito na po yung way ng katawan natin na mag-signal sa atin na hello, may nangyayari na po sa atin. Kaya nga ang inaano natin, yung fever surveillance, we have to monitor pag 2 days fever na, mami, pa-check up na po tayo. Ganun po yung gusto nating maano dito para ma-address po natin agad-agad kung ano po ba ang nagiging sakit ng bata. So sabi nga po kanina, wag po tayong mag-alala kasi kung ang roomies natin ay magkaroon ng sakit, pwede po sila mag-transfer na mag-zoomies provided na kaya po ng bata and allowed ng doktor na mag-attend yung bata kasi wag naman natin pilitin para lang po yung bata maka-comply or makahabol sa lessons kung hindi naman na po talaga kaya ng bata, wag na nating pilitin. So ayun po. And with regards to yung dumadaming cases natin ng dengue, so ito po ay hindi nakakahawa pero ito po ay dala ng lamok na Aedes aegypti, no? Ang school po ay nakapagpa-fumigate na last July 7. So magkakaroon po tayo ng another cycle by this week before the school starts on August 1. Magkakaroon po tayo ng second cycle para sure po tayo na ang mga lamok ay ang school is free na po from mosquitoes and yung mga larvae niya. And meron pa po tayong mga succeeding na fumigation or yung ating mga larvae trapping or larvicidal natin. So meron din po tayong another initiative na gusto nating i-implement sa ating mga bata. Ito po yung water bell initiative natin. Meaning to say, magkakaroon po, magre-ring po yung bell 3 times dito po sa oras na nandito ang mga bata sa school. That bell signifies or reminds not only the student but for us also mga personnel ng school to drink water kasi po this was done in India, no po. Napapansin ng mga parents na yung mga bata, yung baon nilang tubig, umuuwi ang bata na kung hindi man po nabawasan ay puno pa rin. So we would like to encourage each and everyone to drink water kasi alam naman po natin ang benefits ng water. This is to keep us hydrated and fit. And para rin po, since matagal tayo na nandito sa school, ang mga bata, so minsan nakakalimutan na po natin talagang uminom ng tubig. And at the same time, pagka po may pagkakataon na iinom tayo during the recess time, minsan mas gusto natin yung colored drinks which is in a way unhealthy po sa ating pangangatawan. So we try to encourage each and everyone, mga parents, na to ask your children or give your children a container or a tumbler na mayroon pong tubig para kapag ka po nagkaroon tayo ng water bell na, hindi naman necessarily na uminom sila ng isang baso o agad-agad. So ang na-try po natin dito is to develop the habit of drinking water. Yan po, and meet the daily requirements ng water natin. So yun lang po. Meron po ba tayong mga questions? Kindly chat na lang po and we'll try to answer all the questions. Thank you very much. Ay.
Thank you very much, Nurse Sam. And to support the school's implementation of health protocols, again, we would like to reiterate the designated entrance and exit gates for students. So for our ECE grade school and junior high school students, they shall use the school's main gate inside the patio for entrance and exit. For our senior high school students, they shall use the gate beside the school's covered court at the left side of the San Jose Parish. For the students who are sent to school through any transportation vehicle, the drop-off and pick-up location shall be in front of the school's main gate. The vehicles must use the gate towards the Los Martires Street for exit. This early, dear parents, we would like to thank you for your support and we are hoping for your 100% compliance. And to give us the information in using our new learning management system, let us have the co-founder and CEO of Orange Apps, Mr. Gian Habelona.
Thank you so much for giving us the chance to present what Orange Apps is and how we can help you this coming school year. My name is Gian, and I'm the founder and CEO of Orange Apps, and I'm very privileged to present to you what Orange Apps can do for your school. So, first, I do believe all of you were able to enroll using the system already this school year. You were all able to log in using the Orange App system, and you were all able to enroll online using your computers and your mobile phones. Now, after that, after your enrollment, you can also be able to view the tuition fee or the statement of account of your children, not just during enrollment, but the entire school year. Now, after you were able to view the tuition fee, you could also view your grades this coming school year by just logging onto the system, and now you could be able to view it anytime, anywhere. Now, another great function that we will be providing for this coming school year is your online learning platform. Now, for our online learning platform, or much known as the LMS, we are providing a social way of learning that involves or includes a social media platform but exclusively for your school. Imagine Facebook, but this time you're using it for learning, right? So, this is what we provide. We could provide a platform wherein the teachers could post contents just like a news feed, and then the students could learn and interact the way how they interact using the social media platforms. And the reason why we made it like this is because we want it to be a very user friendly interface, and we want the students to know how to use it very quickly. Now, another function that we provide on our LMS is activities. Students are able to submit their submissions and answer activities, exams, and homeworks using the system. And the teachers will be able to view the grades of their students right away because the system automatically checks the grades and automatically analyzes the system by providing item analysis and a whole lot more. Another great function that we provide for the parents are notifications. So now students will be able to view notifications in real time. They could see what's happening in their classes all right in the platform. Next is we provide an activity shortcut wherein once the student logs in, they will able to see right away in their home screen what are the activities that they need to fulfill or to submit, both submission and activities. So now there's no reason for the students to tell their teachers and their parents that they didn't see that they have a homework or a submission that they need to submit. Next is we provided a My Dashboards platform or a feature that allows you to manage your activities, your submission very conveniently. We know the pain point of the parents or in the students wherein they're having a hard time managing all of the activities and submission in their school. So what we did was we were able to manage and aggregate, separated, and organized all of the activities that are completed, the missed activities, and all the upcoming activities by just using the system. We were also able to do that on the class submission so that the students doesn't need to enter one by one each class. They could just go here and see all of the activities. We know the parents are having a hard time managing or helping their kids. That's why we made this platform so you can easily help your kids at the same time for students to easily manage their classes. Lastly, we made it in a calendar view so that you'll be more convenient and easier for you to see. Let's say, for example, this coming Wednesday, what are the activities or submissions that
Thank you very much, Sir Gian.
I need to submit. So now it's much more convenient for you to manage all of your activity in your class. Now, there are more amazing functions in the system, and I believe soon you'll be able to use the system. You'll be able to log in using your own account, and you'll be able to explore more about the system. But one thing we can guarantee is that this system will help you manage your class conveniently and accessible anytime, anywhere, just like Facebook. So it's very easy to use and very easy to understand, and it will help you manage your classes very conveniently. Thank you so much, and we're really excited to work with you and help you this coming school year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sir Gian. Right. So as parents of our dear students, you have a key supported role to play in assisting our teachers on our aims to raise standards of education and to secure improvements in the quality of education provided by San Jose Academy. Thus, our school Parents Council always supports the work of the Academy in a variety of ways they can. Let us watch this video message of Mrs. Jeanette Agustin, our Parents Council President.
The past years has been tough, both for the school and the students. But with the parents' unceasing support to the program and our children, we successfully survived the school year, proving that yes, together, we still can. On this note, let me present to you the Parents Council humble accomplishment for the school year 2021 to 2022. Balikatang San Jose, a bereavement and medical assistance project for San Jose Academy family. For this school year, we extended assistance to 3 Josenian families. Internet Allowance Program is designed for San Jose Academy scholars. For this school year, we allotted 15,000 for the allowances. Last year, the Council hosted a special Teachers' Day program in gratitude of our Josenian teachers' dedication and effort. The new normal is a very trying time. Hence, the Council hosted an Advent recollection for parents to provide some pointers on how to cope with the stress amidst the new normal. Pamaskong Handog. The Council donated 12,000 pesos for the Pamaskong Handog packages and also assisted with its preparation. The Council had served as one of the sponsors and participated in Startled, Paskuhang Josenian 2021. During the Foundation Week, we hosted the Family Day and allotted 58,650 pesos for games and contest prizes for students and school personnel. In celebration of the Feast Day of St. Joseph, most of the Council members made food pledges. We also donated 7,000 pesos for the event's budget. Finally, in support of the upcoming San Jose Academy's HiFlex 1, the Council had donated 7 Samsung HEPA filter amounting 65,000 pesos. These accomplishments would not be possible without the support of our Josenian community. The Council is beyond grateful for all the guidance from our advisor, Mr. Joji Juanerio. Of course, all glory and honor to the Almighty Father. This is Jeanette V. Agustin, wishing everyone a safe, fruitful, and productive school year. Hail San Jose!
Hail San Jose! Thank you, Mrs. Agustin and Parents Council, for inspiring us with your efforts and commitment in supporting San Jose Academy towards success. Once again, we would like to thank you, our dear parents, for being with us today. We hope that this orientation will help you to become more prepared as we start with our classes this school year. This has been Mrs. Cassandra Batoon, your host for today. God bless us all and hail San Jose. Before we proceed to the concurrent sessions, may I request everyone to turn on your camera for our group photo. Everyone, may I request you to please turn on your cameras. All right, so let's have our first page. Hold your smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Second page. Hold your smile po. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. Next po. All right, hold your smile. Ready? 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, thank you very much po. So at this point, dear parents, we shall have the concurrent sessions with your respective class advisors. So you may now join the breakout session room according to the grade level and strand of your child. For grade 11 STEM, please join the breakout session according to the section of your child. Grade 11, St. Luke together with St. Francis, and grade 11, St. Patrick together with St. Thomas. Again, dear parents, we shall have the concurrent sessions with your child's respective class advisors. You may now join the breakout session room according to the grade level and strand of your child. Again po, for grade 11 STEM, please join the breakout session according to the section of your child. Grade 11 St. Luke together with St. Francis, and grade 11 St. Patrick together with St. Thomas. Thank you very much. Once again, good afternoon, dear parents. For grade 11 STEM, please join the breakout session according to the section of your child. Grade 11 St. Luke together with St. Francis, and grade 11 St. Patrick together with St. Thomas. All grade 11 section St. Thomas will join grade 11 St. Patrick. Dear parents, all grade 11 STEM of St. Thomas will join the breakout session room of grade 11 St. Patrick. To our dear parents who have not yet joined their respective breakout room, we will manually assign you to your breakout room. Once we call your name, kindly unmute your microphone and please state your child's grade, level, and section. Miss Des Principe. Ma'am Des Principe. Mrs. Grace Solomon. Mrs. Maribel de Assis. Ma'am Noreen Rojas. Ma'am Maribel de Assis. May we know po your child's grade level and section? Ma'am Jen Nakamura. Once again po, dear parents, you may now join the breakout session room according to the grade level and strand of your child.
Good afternoon, dear parents. If you're done with your concurrent session with your class advisors, you may now leave the meeting room, but please make sure to accomplish or answer first our evaluation form sent in our chat box. Thank you and good afternoon. Once again, once you have accomplished the evaluation form sent in our chat box, you may now leave the meeting room. Thank you.
Once again po,